Okay, I'm making the Danish national dish Stegt Flaesk, which is with parsley sauce, and that's pork belly. What we have here, pork belly, sliced pork belly, fried, or you can broil it, put it in the oven. There's different ways, but the original way was they fried the pork belly, and which is a bacon, and you have this meal with boiled potatoes, and over the top you have parsley sauce, and the parsley sauce consists of butter and flour, which I didn't take my flour out yet. Yeah, here you go, some flour. And then you add milk slowly until it becomes creamy. You'll see how I make it. And you add some salt and pepper. So basically that's it for this meal. And this meal will satisfy my 8th International Cuisine Night challenge, where I came up with Denmark, and the national dish of Denmark is Stegt Flaesk with parsley sauce. And I'll show you how this is done. First, I'm going to cut this up into pieces. I'm going to peel these. I'm going to pound some in the mortar or pestle some of this black pepper, and so chop this up into different consistencies. But I'll show you as we go. Okay, here's the meat I chopped, sliced up, and what you do is sprinkle some salt on the slices. Not too much, just a little salt on the slices. You don't have to go crazy, slightly. And also, I cut up I didn't cut up the potatoes. I peeled the potatoes, and I'm going to put a little salt in the water for the potatoes. Okay, so next step is also to start frying these and the potatoes, and I'm going to start melting the butter for the sauce and slice up the parsley. Okay, so got the potatoes in here. Going to be boiling up, melting the butter for the parsley sauce, and I've started frying the pork belly. I also chopped up the parsley. I'm going to chop it even finer yet, and I ground the pepper inside the mortar and pestle. I'm going to get ready. By the way, this is 4 tablespoons of butter, and I will mix into this 4 tablespoons of flour, and then I'll slowly add the milk little by little to make it creamier. Okay. So into the butter, the melted butter, you're going to start adding flour. So 4 tablespoons of butter to 4 tablespoons of flour, and mix till you got a paste in here on a medium-low flame. See, this is a roux. You're making a roux. I'm making a roux. Yes, a roux. And so, then you don't want the flour to burn, so you just keep mixing it for a while, and just as long as it doesn't burn, you're good. And after a little while, if you can time it just right, just before it starts to almost want to start to burn, then you're going to start adding the milk. She'll clump up. You just keep on adding the milk until you get it nice and smooth. And there should be about 2 cups of milk going to this. Okay. And I just want to cook up that flour a little bit more here. And then I'll be adding the milk, but I want you to see how this baby starts to clump up once you start adding that milk. But meanwhile, I'm not sure when you can add the salt and the pepper. You can add it now, some salt. Not too much. You can add the pepper now too. It's no big deal. I add a lot. I love a lot of pepper. I didn't add much salt because I'm not that crazy about salt. It's ruined many meals, and I'm not crazy about its health hazards. Although this meal here is a very unhealthy meal with all of fat. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding some milk and watch what happens. What's going to happen now? Now I really don't see. It starts to bind up and get thick. That's a good sign. It means you're doing right. And if it gets thick like this, you're going to be adding more milk. And wait a minute. A little more. What you do is you keep mixing it. Eventually she's going to stop thickening up like this, and then start get creamy. And once it gets creamy, you simmer it, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. But you're going to simmer it once you throw when you throw the parsley in. You can throw the parsley in at the end. Look what happened. It's turned like mashed potatoes. No, get more milk in there at this point. Again, add some more milk. You're bound to get some of this milk and cream flying out of the pot. It's bound to happen. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. It will get creamy. Trust me, I'll show you when it's creamy. Okay? When you get it like this creamy, then you add the parsley. And I'm adding a lot of parsley because I want a lot of parsley flavor. I never did chop it up any further, but it's okay. You can have it coarse or fine, either way. And sometimes a lot of people, there's different ways to do things, and they will add some of that potato water in here too. And this is a lot of parsley in this sauce, but that's alright. No big deal. Okay, I'll show you as we go along. I'll let this simmer for 20 minutes. They're done. Fork goes right through them with no problem. This here is just going to simmer slowly. This is nice and thick. I can add some of that water or more milk to this to loosen this up if I like. And over here, I've been slow cooking the pork belly. I don't want to smoke my whole house up. And some people like it more crisp than this. You get it to the consistency you like it. And they also like it at different slice sizes. And same thing with you can tweak this to your own liking. But this is your Stegt Flaesk with parsley sauce. And there's the potatoes. And I'm going to plate this baby up now. Okay, this satisfies my 8th International Cuisine Night challenge. Denmark, Stegt Flaesk with parsley sauce and boiled potatoes. And that's how it is. And it looks delicious. I'm going to get to eating this, okay? So there we have it, which is fried, pan-fried pork belly, boiled potatoes, and parsley sauce.